The only way that plenty-time corruption shall come up is when we buy and when we sell public assets. All man commission man sa kam line up woki paperwork na sim kay blongo. Lo say lo MVIL, me no got evidence that talk Prime Minister involved or Minister involved.
Honourable Member of Lomadang.
Mr. Speaker, I'll try and keep my grievance short. It's in relation to MVIL, the recent sale of some 3.2 million shares, valued at around, or sold for 350 million of BSP shares by the state under the direction or approval of NEC through the KCH. My grievance is that there was a previous commission of inquiry conducted into the sale by acquisition of the UBS inquiry, and the sale of oil search shares or acquisition by the state. And in that inquiry that cost some 28 million Kina, the findings found that 72 million Kina was involved in fees to put that transaction together. 72 million Kina. The total transaction of buying and then selling, we paid over 464 million for that transaction. We don't know about something. This is transaction fees and interest fees. So my grievance, while this issue has been debated in the public, Prime Minister stopped me like him to take note. Minister for SOE will take note. The only way that plenty-time corruption shall come up is when we buy and when we sell public assets. All man commission man sa kam line up woki paperwork na sim kay blongo. Sometimes only at kay, sometimes all man inside lo government kay want them. Lo say lo MVIL, me no got evidence that talk Prime Minister involved or Minister involved. But we don't know. And the only way for us to know, there has to be transparency and accountability. So, grievous debate, me ask him, say, Mina Prime Minister, want a minister, you can give him directive. Now can provide him this information, NEC submission. We plus sample have been staff minister before, we know the documentation, where you can provide him come law opposition, me shadow minister for finance and planning, to be able to vet and confirm publicly the transaction was in order. So all public can talk, yes, MIPLA one bell because opposition has checked it and confirmed the statements by the Prime Minister and confirmed the statements by the Minister. Right now we have so much allegations surrounding corruption, ICAC, and many are directed against the Prime Minister. But you know what the evidence come.
We got point of order. Honourable Minister, what's your point of order?
I just want to inform this Parliament and the members that the brokers, JMP brokers, were paid 1.2 million Kina to work for MVIL, and that is on public record. That will be provided. 1.2 million, nothing more, nothing less. Market price. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honourable Member of Lomadang.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I think that the Minister went on record to confirm. So I'm one side. So I'm glad that he's confirmed it. Now you may look at paperwork, now you may confirm it. So that means transactions on this side, where government paying for MVIL, and transaction on the other side, where MRDC been buying. You got kind way where man can walk in side. In this case, there's no evidence, but to satisfy the public and show that the Prime Minister is committed in transparency and accountability, that his government is committed. So you may not can you see him talk that's all. We actually have action to follow.
Correct.
So those documents will include the term sheet. Now some lawyers will come and talk, oh, non-disclosure. We have a non-disclosure agreement, but unfortunately for them is non-disclosure agreements does not apply to public entities that are subject to the Finance Act. Because it's a public asset being sold, guiding principles under the Act require transparency, accountability. So non-disclosure agreement, I'm not meaning long. Let me agreement also. We have legislation here. So I asked the Prime Minister, I say, put it ting you. If you can issue a directive, I'll write to your office as a shadow minister, and also you can direct the minister. Provide those documentation so we can clear this up so this issue isn't held against you like the UBS loan against previous governments. And the public can have confidence going forward that these are the measures. Unfortunately, our institutions that were tasked to go after corruption, So we don't know now. People are losing confidence. So to bring that confidence back to Parliament, I look forward for the Prime Minister, or grievance debate, Lomi, or talk, yes, agree, provide the documentation, the people in the opposition can assess it. Whatever is confidential, maybe like elusive, where we understand commercially is confidential. But for the purposes of accountability and transparency going forward into these 50 years, that the people of Papua New Guinea can be trusted, that the Prime Minister, his government is committed, and the opposition are working together to honor that commitment. Thank you.